last night for the women's game and before again tonight by the groundskeepers. They always do a wonderful job, and we're ready for playoff soccer. Now let's send it down to the public address announcer, Rusty Lindsay, for the starting lineups and the national anthem.
And the top-seeded CCIW champion Wheaton Thunder, 14-3-2 overall, 6-0-1 in the CCIW. At this time, let's meet the starters first for the visiting Titans. In goal, a junior from Downers Grove, Illinois, Andrew Reed. Number 5, a senior from Wildwood, Missouri, Danny Kenny. Number 7, a senior from Geneva, Illinois, Sam Piniak. Number 9, a junior from St. Charles, Illinois, Angelo Catalano. Number 10, a senior from Darien, Illinois, Kyle Gorgel. Number 11, a junior from Schaumburg, Illinois, Declan Garrity. Number 13, a senior from Springfield, Missouri, Tim Griffin. Number 14, a junior from Edwardsville, Illinois, Adam Flower. Number 17, a sophomore from Chesterfield, Missouri, David Myers. Number 22, a senior from Park Ridge, Illinois, Frank Marchiori. And number 23, a sophomore from Darien, Illinois, Brian Moorfield. The Titans are coached by Ryan Lakin. And now the starting lineups for your Wheaton College Thunder. In goal, wearing number 1, a senior from West Chicago, Illinois, Ryan Seeger. Number 2, a sophomore from West Chicago, Illinois, Steven Fernandez. Number 4, a senior from DeWitt, Michigan, Dan Pavlak. Number 6, a junior from Thousand Oaks, California, Nathan Jaspers. Number 9, a freshman from River Forest, Illinois, Stephen Goals. Number 11, a sophomore from Urbana, Illinois, Adam Blackman. Number 12, a sophomore from St. Charles, Illinois, Noah Anthony. Number 15, a junior from Palatine, Illinois, Josh Clark. Number 20, a junior from Holt, Michigan, Kevin Skinker. Number 22, a junior from Yucaipa, California, Chad Musgraves. And number 27, a freshman from Western Springs, Illinois, Elliot Borge. The Thunder are coached by Dr. Mike Giuliano. At this time, we ask that you please rise and gentlemen remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
No, they can't do it. It's a sportsmanship statement in there. Read that.
The colleges and universities at the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin believe that good sportsmanship is an integral component of intercollegiate competition. The College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin wholeheartedly embraces the NCAA position that in order for good sportsmanship to prevail, coaches, student athletes, and fans must display respect, fairness, civility, honesty, and responsibility before, during, and after all athletic contests. The College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin encourages fans to enthusiastically support their team, recognize the outstanding performance of opponents, and always exhibit good sportsmanship in their words and actions. Noisemakers of any kind are prohibited at the field of competition. For your convenience, the concession stand is open underneath the grandstand at McCulley Stadium.
All right, starting
as well as
lineups are in the
restrooms.
books, as well as the national anthem. We're just moments away from first kick here at Joe Wheaton Stadium in the CCIW tournament semifinal matchup between the number 1 seeded Wheaton Thunder and the number 4 seeded Illinois Wesleyan University Titans, making the trip up from Bloomington. Again, these two teams met up just a couple of weeks ago, the Saturday over fall break down in Bloomington. The Thunder came out victors in that contest by a final score of 3-1. They used a couple of second half goals to get that victory. Another point that we should make, that in the starting 11 now, Nathan Jaspers. Nathan's been suffering with another hip flexor injury that he's had over the last couple of seasons. He's going to have to play through it, though, and he's back in the starting 11 after resting out the last few games, and he's in there. Playing midfield along with Elliot Borge and Josh Clark. Stephen Goltz will be at the front line in place of Marshall Hollingsworth. Chad Musgrave starts on the outside, as well as Adam Blackman. And the 4 in the back are Kevin Skinker, Dan Pavlak, Steven Fernandez, and Noah Anthony. And, of course, the senior captain, Ryan Seeger, is between the pipes for the Thunder. All right, we're underway. Let's get you the starting lineups for Illinois Wesleyan as well. In goal, Andrew Reed, the 6-foot junior out of Downers Grove, Illinois. Danny Kenny is a senior defender. Sam Peniak, also a senior defender. They'll be in the back. Playing midfield, Angelo Catalano, Kyle Gorgal, and Declan Garrity. Tim Griffin is a senior forward from Springfield, Missouri. Adam Flower, a junior midfielder. David Myers, a sophomore defender. Frank Marchori will also be in the back. He's also a senior. And Brian Moorfield will join the forward attack as a sophomore out of Darien, Illinois. Those are your 11. Balls ricochet over the middle third and put out of bounds. It will be a Thunder throw. Nope, it will be a first foul of the ball game called against Illinois Wesleyan. Thunder will take the free kick. Jaspers touches and brings it down to Fernandez, and Thunder will go on the attack. Wesleyan looking to bring high pressure early. Thunder out in their home bright orange uniforms with white numbering and blue trim, as well as white lettering and blue trim and blue shorts. Illinois Wesleyan, their road greens with white stripes across the back, white numbering, and blue trim with navy blue shorts as well. Musgraves touches here, drops into the circle for Jaspers, has some room. Now sets up and throws it far side for Blackman. Blackman speeds his way back in toward the middle, about 40 yards from goal. Drops it for Jaspers. Nathan's got a little bit of room to go get it. He does before deflecting it away from Tim Griffin. Now Pavlak in the back, sends it far for Skinker. Blackman recovers, touches it right back, Clark, that is. Clark glides his way over the far side. Now throws to Blackman, goes middle circle to Jaspers. Ball played in the middle third here early on as we're into the second minute, no score. Musgraves had Anthony to the outside, didn't see him. Now here's Jaspers. Nathan from the outside of his right foot feeds Chad. Chad brings his way into the middle, might try to set some up, cut some converging defense on the point. 25 yards out. Stephen Goltz comes really hard on. Foul against Stephen. Declan Garrity went down to the turf. He's a junior out of Schaumburg.
Yeah, so my three is your class American history from 1860.
Free kick coming to the defensive half for David Myers. Myers sends it forward. Skinker gets ahead to it for the Thunder. Help to the near side for Sam Peniak. Peniak crosses it hard on the ground in the middle. A pretty good one, but it floats its way all the way to Pavlak. Stephen Gold's got hit in the back of the head trying to go up for that header. Now Peniak with the ball loose spins it into the box, and Seeger picks it up on a hop on this Halloween night, the 31st of October. It's a little bit warmer than last night. Here's Borge sending a long through, trying to hit Blackman. Blackman, a great job to one-touch possess. Adam spins it through, wanted to help it on to Stephen Goltz. It comes back to himself as he gets through the 18. He's sent to the turf, no whistle, and it's sent away and out of bounds. Good aggressive job by Adam Blackman, who did an outstanding job to deaden that ball and possess on his right foot at the cross from Borge. Now Elliott, I'm going to drop it to the near sideline for Anthony. It's taken away by Peniak, and now Sam will send it out of bounds. 3.5 minutes into the ball game, no score between Illinois Wesleyan and Wheaton in a CCIW tournament semifinal. We'll keep our eye out on North Park and Carthage doing battle in North Chicago. We'll be updating you on all the scoring from that, as well as we determine who the possible opponent of the Thunder or the Titans will be on Saturday night. Now that Wesleyan looks to go on the attack. They had a first half goal against Wheaton in that ball game down in Bloomington. Now here's Skinker. Sending it up for Blackman. Adam will retreat it back to Kevin, but a lot of pace on it. Will slide it all the way back to Seeger. Field is in tip-top shape thanks to the grounds crew. Bill does a tremendous job getting it ready, especially for playoff action. Pavlak makes a mark here, being brought back around by Angelo Catalano, the junior from St. Charles. On the left foot, goes into the top of the 18. Fernandez directs a header to get it away. Clark, Skinker, Jaspers, and Clark now. Drops it back to Kevin. Wanted to fire it, send it on upfield, but getting in front of it was Adam Flower. A lot of juniors and seniors in the starting 11 for Illinois Wesleyan. Of the 4 teams in the CCIW tournament, Wesleyan's the only team that was not a part of the tournament a season ago. Wheaton, of course, lost in the semifinal to North Park. North Park advanced to play Carthage, and Carthage won it all 3-2 as the top seed. Carthage 3 seed this year. Elmhurst, the team that made it to the tournament a season ago, not part of the CCIW tournament this year. Here's a great job by Goltz helping it into Clark. The defense, though, cleans it up and heads it back for Andrew Reed as he picks it up. Reed is a junior, 6 feet tall, out of Downers Grove, Illinois. This ball played on up in the middle circle, being brought around. The interesting point about Reed is that he's only played in 6 games this year, and he started only 3, so this is his 4th start. This ball sent in toward the box, now trying to be blocked and sent in. Oh, looks like a collision down there, tough to tell. That was Pavlak crashing himself into the boards, kind of like a hockey-style collision, but Pav looks like he's all right. He might need a substitute. That's not good news for the Thunder. Pav is coming off a little bit frustrated as he's dealt with physical ailments all year. Gets to start tonight. He's got a couple of games to rest up as well coming into tonight, but looks like he took a bit of a false step and got into the boards a little bit. It's a padded area down there on that end line, but...
Injury substitution for the Thunder. Into the game, number 18, Steven Russo.
And Steven Russo will have to come into the game. So Pavlak is going to have to exit. Tough to tell exactly what happened. Maybe he... Well, you'd hate to speculate. He is walking under his own power, albeit slowly. We'll see if we can't get any word on that at the halftime break on what the news of Pavlak is. Now Seeger will boom it away with his right foot over the midfield stripe. The ball is won by Wesleyan. They look to go on a quick counter. Trying to bring it down to the turf is Griffin. It slides itself over the end line, though, and Seeger will have another goal kick. Back to the point about Andrew Reed and goal. He's allowed 8 goals in the 6 games that he's played, and that goal average against allowed of 1.63. He's made 18 saves. He's 2-2 as a starting keeper. Tim Hedgewood is the normal keeper. Or he's been the starter for the majority of the year, I should say. Now this ball played in toward the middle as Garrity makes his way through. Drop near side. Joining the attack is Peniak. Peniak slides his way in toward the top of the box. Musgrave's trying to cut him off. Chad does. Anthony cleans it up with possession. Musgrave sending on up. Great job by Goltz to turn around his man and possess. Oh, not enough on it. Trying to get it back to Borge, and coming over to boot it away is Marchori of Wesleyan. Now Russo gets right up in front of this attempt to put it over the midfield stripe and sends it into the box. 7.5 minutes in, no score. CCIW tournament semi-final game between Wesleyan and Wheaton. Skinker gets shoved off the ball here as he tries to protect man-up coverage. He does get in front of the ball here, keeps it in play. Great job to tackle and take away possession. Ball sent back upfield, but kept by the Titans. Played in toward the box. Jaspers gets a right foot to it, sends it high, away, and out of bounds. Will be a Wesleyan throw.
That takes some work.
They're way down there. Now a power throw being brought in, and Borge angles himself over to head it away. Brought down to the turf by Griffin. Griffin wanted to turn it around. Pushed off the ball. Thunder go back the other way with Blackman on his right foot. Trying to slide it through. Has a handball, but he got Musgraves. Musgraves touches a little too far as he brought it into the box. Was unable to settle and possess. Trying to keep it in play are the Titans. They can't. So Musgraves will have a throw. Anthony approaches and sends a low liner and a header. Oh, it's loose in the 6. Picked up by the keeper. What a save by Andrew Reed. He was right up against Stephen Goltz, who made a header, and Reed was at point blank range. Any other position, and that would have been a goal. But Reed was able to get his hands up and knock it down to the turf and then corral. Wow, first serious scoring opportunity for the Thunder. They are unable to come up with anything due to a great save by Andrew Reed. This second ball is won by Goltz, and he advances to the far side for Blackman. Blackman's got Clark to the outside if he needs it. He dribbles in the middle, shoots, and sends it high. Sails everything. Rolls into the south end zone of the football field. 9.5 minutes in, no score. Carthage is on the board early in North Chicago, up 1-0 on North Park. A goal by Jordan Innes, his 12th of the year, has put the Red Men on top in the 7th minute. So Carthage, the 3 seed, up early, 1-0 on North Park. We'll keep an eye on that one throughout, but a big goal for Carthage. Now this ball played in. Oh, miscommunication between Marchori and Penyak. Marchori left it for Penyak, thinking that Sam was going to come get it. He retreated back into the defense. Here's Fernandez trying to look upfield, hit Goltz, and Goltz was fouled. Easy call there. Brian Moorfield, guilty party. Moorfield, the lone sophomore on the starting pitch for Wesleyan. Thunder will have a set piece that they want to draw a pair. About 4 or 5 jerseys now in the corner of the box. Anthony has it. He'll just advance it for Blackman. Penyak did a good job seeing it coming, so Adam will retreat and come back into the middle, trying to utilize his speed. He gets pushed to the back, stays alive, loops a kind of a ball in toward the 6, but the only one to it is Andrew Reed. Good job by Penyak to take away that opportunity by Blackman, trying to gain real estate on the outside and force him back in. Forced to the inside where all the help defense is. Here's Musgraves looking to hit Goltz with it. Played into the Titan backfield. Sent on up by Danny Kenny. Kenny's pass crossing field is a little far, out of the reach of Kyle Gorgel. Kyle Gorgel, the leading goal scorer on this team in point total, with 8 scores this year, 3 assists for a total of 19 points. Playing up as a forward. Goltz traps it down, hits Borge. Elliott dribbles over the midfield stripe. Another nice job blocking that pass attempt by Marchori. Titan defense will have to be on its toes all night as the Thunder offense looks to get off the majority of the shots in this one. This ball helped in and sent in toward the box by Kenny. Streaking back in, Penyak drops it in. Penyak almost had it back. Now turn around on the feet of Catalano. Back to Marchori. Played into the middle. Titans remain on the offensive with Garrity in the middle. Garrity wanted to hit Catalano. Catalano again. Now rifles a long left-footed shot is wide. Now about 35 yards out. But Seeger saw it going wide. Did not make an attempt for it. Had some good juice. Goal kick. 12.5 minutes in. Still a 0-0 score so far between Wheaton and Illinois Wesleyan. From Joe Bean Stadium, I'm Junior Newby. Pleased to have you joining us on WETN Radio, WETN.org, or WETN TV. This ball sailing toward out of bounds, but kept in play by Wesleyan down there. Treated back toward the end line. Skinker gets in front of this, chance to clear. About 35 out. Skinker looking to send it into the middle for Musgraves. Tipped away. Clark recovers. Borge in the middle. As Jaspers behind him, he'll go back heel to Nathan. Jaspers approaches, trying to loop a through in for Musgraves. Try to turn him over the other shoulder. And it scoots its way right into the arms of Reed again. Thunder have won 8 ball games in a row. Illinois Wesleyan has lost 3 in a row, including one to the Thunder. Into that last week of the regular season. So both momentum and past history is favoring the Thunder.
Thank you very much.
Well, when the playoffs come around, you just got to throw everything out the window. It's a different ball games we saw last night. Wheaton Women 4-0 winners on the road against Wesleyan a week and a half ago, but needed 99 minutes to get a home victory over them in the postseason. Gotta credit that to our coaching staff as well. Getting them ready. There's Fernandez in the back, near side for Anthony. Noah with his right foot, slides it 20 yards upfield to Goltz. Goltz turns it around, drops it looking for Borge. Titan defense is quick to clog the middle and not give the Thunder much room to operate when they go into the middle of the field. If the Thunder want to gain some ground, it might have to be on the outsides. But they'd take that. Both Blackman and Anthony thrive on getting to the end line and crossing it in. Anthony throws this one in, looking for Borge. Header on the back end. This ball is rifled in off of Stephen Goltz. And not sure where it got him, but maybe he got him in the rib area. But that didn't look very good. Could have been much worse. Fernandez, Borge, great job sliding this one touch to Anthony. Anthony thought about going to the inside. It was taken away by Penyak, who continues to have a strong game here in the first half. Now dropped back and forth and controlled by Moorfield. They play middle circle as the Titans go on the attack left to right. Bring it down Garrity. Garrity goes far sideline. Skinker's got man on defense right there. Back to Garrity, 45 yards out. Gives a shove to Clark. Is able to regain control. Slides it to the near side to Penyak, who joins the attack. Anthony now rejoins the favor. Good hard tackle by Anthony. Penyak goes down, and Anthony wins possession of Musgraves. Chad helps it along this near side for Noah. Brings it on. He might step over here. He does. Once, twice. Oh, he left the ball behind him. Tries to regain it, but it's too late. Picked up there by Myers. Good hard defense as Anthony was unable to keep possession to himself. Played along the far side. And in defense of Illinois Wesleyan. Josh Clark gets in front, touches to Blackman. Now Adam making his way in on the outside. Gives it to Josh. He loops it in, looking for somebody, and it just evades the upper 90. Now it looked like he was just going to loop that one into the back of the net. Or maybe try to find Goltz on a header, because Goltz was manning the far post. But regardless, that came dangerously close there, at least from our angle. I've been told that many of these shots that appear close from our angle are not actually close to the players on the field. Sometimes they find entertainment. The fans with the delayed reactions think that every shot on frame is, or every shot is going to be on frame when it's not, given the angle here at Joe Bean Stadium from the press box and from the stand. And of course, the players have the best angle of them all. 28 minutes remaining in this first half. No one's scored yet. The Thunder have come close. Stephen Goltz had a header off across from Noah Anthony that looked destined for the net, but it was at point-blank range, and the only thing in front was the keeper, Andrew Reed. Put his hands up at the last moment, knocked it down. Otherwise, it would be 1-0 Thunder. Anthony and Jaspers turns this one around. Nathan throws it out of bounds. Marchori will come in and throw this ball in. He'll try to get it into the box from here. As he approaches, sends it in, it's spinning to the top. Helping header once. Now Fernandez in the air with a header. Anthony trying to bring it down with the kick. Can't get it. Penyak's out there, tries to send a shot in. Russo blocked it. Anthony toward the end line. Sends it away. Out of bounds, still in the attacking third. For Illinois Wesleyan, Marchiori will do it again. No substitutes yet have come into the ball game. It's been all starters for the first 18 minutes. And this ball's rifled in deeper into the 18 this time. Now scoots on once to the turf, and Borge clears it with the left foot. High ball cuts to the turf, and now falling down is the Titans' Brian Moorfield. Golds controls, and now sends it up to Musgraves. Chad's got it and had it taken away. Now played to Griffin. Griffin in the middle. Drops it to Gorgel. Gorgel goes far sideline for Garrity. Skinker trying to cut him off. Turning it around, heading the other way is Adam Flower. It's the forward on the far sideline for Wesleyan. Sent in on the ground. Good one-touch back. Opportunity to shoot possibly for Griffin, but Jaspers was right on top of him. Trying to help it back in for Griffin. Make a through. Nothing there. Anthony sends it away. Marchiori gets it back at the midfield stripe for Wesleyan. Drops it on back for David Myers. Myers, the center back, evades the streaking in Stephen Golds and drops it back to the keeper, Reed. Sends it upfield, but the Thunder win the second ball, and Borge has it. Borge, a hard cross in. Blackman cuts it off there, possesses to the top of the 18, shoots, blocked. Clark going to come over to recover, helps it back in. Musgraves in the vicinity, headed away by Marchiori. Out of bounds. Thunder throw, attacking third. Clark's over there. Sent it into the box. Blackman scissors it with his right foot. Now he's got two Titans to worry about, and he dribbles through both of them. Comes outside for Skinker. Skinker with his left foot sends it in toward the post, and is picked up by Reed.
He's got this funny psychology here.
Coming up on the 21st minute here. Still no score between the Titans and Thunder. Sent on up, touched away. Tim Griffin plays it into the middle. Taken away by Borge, and retreated all the way back to the captain, senior goalkeeper Ryan Seeger, who's got 4 shutouts on the year. CCIW best. Now here's Clark working with room in the middle, attacking third. Clark goes Musgraves, top of the 18. Chad tried turn around, drops it back to Borge. Elliott will spin all the way on his right foot. Blackman chops it to Clark. Josh, couple of defenders there, and they take it away. Traveling on the far side is Griffin. Brings it back in. Numbers do not favor the Titans, and Jaspers intercepts this one with ease. Borge just shy of the midfield stripe, sends it up looking for Golds, but Moorfield read it and took it away. Moorfield looking for Griffin at the top. Goes right to Seeger. So a lot of this so far. Some intermediate passes for the Thunder being taken away. The Titan defense in the midfield has done a nice job. Fernandez sends this one up for Anthony, who makes a run into the attacking third on this far side, near side I should say. Low line drive, and Golds had a one-timer. Looking for that one to try to pick it right out of the air and line drive it toward the post, but that's not working. And Fernandez comes back with a header to Seeger. But there's been a lot of that so far between the Thunder looking to string some passes together on one side, and the Titans missing on some through balls on the other. Clark sent to the turf trying to get this one away, but the aggressive defense of IWU pays off here. They possess in the edge of the attacking third. Garrity has it. Now he defers to his teammate. Shoved out of bounds off the Thunder, and now a deep throw for Wesleyan to come up. North Park has already answered with a tying goal. Jacob Aronson scored it in the 20th minute. So the 2-seed Vikings and the 3rd-seed Redmen in a 1-1 draw. There might be a lot of offense there. This ball rifled into the box, headed away once by the Thunder, twice. Now a shot coming in toward the post, deflected in the air. Seeger comes down with it, whips it out with his left arm. Musgraves drops it into Anthony. Anthony looking for Musgraves to make a run on up, and Moorfield took another false step and fell to the turf. Now both 22 jerseys going after it, and Musgraves is going to be called for this foul, sparring with Marchiori, excuse me. And Frank gets up saying, man, that's a push. Can't do that. 22 minutes for the first half. Scoreless. at Joe Bean. Borge wins this header. Goltz wins possession. Looking for either Blackman or Musgraves. Couldn't tell, and Chad was unable to go get it. Whistle blows here. Foul against Goltz. Lead official comes over and makes sure Marchiori's okay. That's the second time that he's taken a spill here with near side defense. But he says he's all right. He's ready to go. Brushes some things off his hand. And free kick coming. And sent forward by David Myers. Rousseau into the air with it. Jasper's looking to cut off the ball. He does. Borge helps it into the back for Anthony. Noah advances with the left foot. Musgraves, good one touch. Looking for Jaspers or Goltz. Hard job by Moorfield to get in front of Goltz, looking to win position. Jaspers gets it back, though. Gets to Clark in the middle. He has Blackman. Here comes the keeper. Blackman can shoot. He brings it back nicely. He has a chance. He boards twice. And now a shot is high and wide. Oh, miscommunication and misexecution by the Thunder. Wesleyan was begging them to score. Couldn't tell what that was. If Blackman was showing wonderful patience to not take the shot right away. He had the keeper completely out of position. The only guy in his way was Josh Clark, who thought that he might be dropping off the pass for him.
Yeah, so it's like even if it's like,
And by the time they all recovered, it was Jaspers taking a shot, and it was high and wide. So we remain scoreless. Coming up on 20 minutes remaining in the half. Jaspers over the midfield stripe. Borge looking to cut one over in toward the box for Musgraves, but it'll just come to the feet of Reed. I mentioned Illinois Wesleyan went off on a hot start, 7-1 to begin the year. Ranked for a time in the top 25, but then they finished the conference season. They had a pretty relatively easy CCIW schedule at the onset, between playing the likes of Milliken, Elmhurst, and Augustana in their first 3 games, won them all, but lost the last 3 to Wheaton, North Park, and Carthage in overtime. There's a chance to make a run up. Offside called against Griffin. The IWU sideline does not like that call. Griffin was running stride for stride with Fernandez, and neither of them had gotten to the ball yet. Before the flag was up promptly, and the whistle came right after that. Borge turns it around at the midfield stripe, on the ground looking for Goltz. Goltz got it, turns it around. He's really shown a nice job in technical skill throughout the season, has Stephen Goltz, to be able to win possession and keep it for a while. He drops it Jaspers here. Jaspers rifles one over near side Musgraves. Chad crosses it in with the left foot. That's score! That's in! He scored it! Oh, the keeper thought that was going high and wide, but it was right over his head as he was protecting the near post.
Defender number 13, Mitchell Parr.
The 9 on the far side. Well, it wasn't your typical fashion to score, but fashion doesn't matter when putting something over the end line in the playoffs. Musgraves gets the score. He was looking to cross it in, but had enough spin and not enough height to carry the bar. Right over the keeper. Really didn't decide to make any attempt. Was Reed. He was just in no man's land. He knew it was over his head, assumed it was over the bar.
The Thunder goalist, 5th of the year, scoper number 22, Chad Musgraves. Musgraves with the goal.
So, rack it up for Chad Musgraves. His score came in the 27th minute. And now Mitchell Parr enters for him. Here's Fernandez called for a foul, shoving Griffin in the backyard. Titan sideline starting to get vocal a little bit. 18-20 remaining for the first half. Thunder a 1-0 lead. They've had a couple of outstanding chances to score the conventional way, and
That was weird.
turns out being a unique goal by Musgraves. This ball's headed in toward the top of the 18. Gold's trying to come to recover. He does. Slices it to the far side for Blackman. Blackman got goals. He drops it in for Clark. Clark trying to keep running with it. He was deflected away, but Clark comes back to win it. Clark streaming his way through. He'll shoot! Oh, and he's just a little tall. He had some room to work with, and he had tons of momentum behinding that ball from about 23 yards out on his left foot. And Josh shoots as well as anybody from either foot on this team. That was a little too high. Now this ball's sent over the midfield stripe. Being brought down, Russo rises in for a header. Jaspers wanting to come over. Deflected away by Peniak. Peniak rifles it across, now on that far sideline. Played back in, looking to turn it in here. Was Griffin. Borge spun him away to Clark in the defensive half. Brought back up and sent to that far sideline. Now crossing in toward the 18, Pars in the vicinity, deflected away by the defense, and coming over is Reed to clean it up.
Extremely talented soccer player.
Rousseau now on his left foot, helps it over the midfield stripe, looking for Blackman.
Game this weekend for football.
Punched away and toward the middle circle as Wesleyan wants to go on the attack. Trailing by a goal. Sent toward the top of the 18 off the right foot of Gorgal. Skinker sends it upfield looking for Blackman. Cut off the ball there by Catalano. Turning in Gorgal. Gorgal looking for Flower there, or Griffin in the middle. Sent away by Fernandez. Middle circle. Goltz playing pretty physical there. Going back and forth with Moorfield. Now Blackman bringing it into the attacking third. Adams slices away to the top of the 18. He'll shoot. A bending shot is wide, but he had some curve. Hunter getting some. Well,
Into the game for the Titans, number 6, Jeff Graham.
16 minutes
Oh, okay.
remaining in the first half here.
We only played yesterday. Gotcha.
Now Reed has a goal kick at the top of the 6. Sends it forward. Rifled header. Remains in the Wheaton attacking half. Gold's in hot pursuit. He's got it. Trying to help it on for Parr. He's going to be cut off there. Looking to turn it around as it threatens to go over the end line. Parr's right on his man. They rifle it off of Mitchell's shin. It'll be a Wesleyan throw-in here in the defensive third for them. Led in goals by Kyle Gorgal with Tim Griffin right behind. Gorgal's got 8 on the year. Griffin's got 6. We mentioned Andrew Reed, the junior keeper. It's only his 7th game starting. Clark, hard shot. The rebound comes to Blackman. Blackman shoots! And he knew that he could have put that one in the back of the net, but it was too high.
Into the game for the Thunder, number 14, Jonathan Clark.
A flurry of shots coming from the about 15 to 25 yard range for the Thunder throughout this first half. And a lot of pace behind each one. That one by Clark was deflected by the defense, or blocked by the defense, but it came to an unmarked Blackman who tried to gain a little bit more ground before rifling a shot. He did, had a pretty decent look, but back spun it a little too high. Over the midfield stripe, bringing it down is Garrity. Borge cuts him off. Elliott takes it away. Middle circle it goes for John Clark. John brings it forward. John will shoot. And this one is in a different zip code. And that one over the end line.
In for the Thunder, number 3, Joey Lynn.
Joey Lynn will enter as Nathan Jaspers will come off the pitch. Nathan's first action for the last couple weeks or so, as he's been nursing that ailing hip flexor injury that's been recurrent throughout his collegiate career, unfortunately for him, but he was able to get a couple weeks rest and come back in, be part of the starting 11 for Coach Mike Giuliano going into the CCIW tournament semifinal. Joey Lynn, who's done an outstanding job filling in for him as part of that starting holding midfielder position. is now back on the pitch. Now Fernandez drops near side for Anthony. Back to Steven. Those two newcomers, additions, as Russo has to turn this one away from a charging Griffin. Both transfers. Now as Skinker brings it over the midfield stripe for Blackman. Adam cuts it back in toward the middle of the field. Now Fernandez. A lot of jerseys on the right side. Now bring it in. Giuliano giving some verbal play calling. Advances to the near side for Anthony. Shoved off the ball again, out of bounds. It's going to stay with Wheaton. That's the proper call, as Jeff Graham, who's the new entry for Wesleyan, had it touched away. Whenever Anthony is trying to go to the end line or possesses on this near sideline, the Titans have been quick to try to get it away from him. Whether it's been Peniak or Graham on this occasion, even Moorfield here early on. This ball sent in toward the box and is picked up by the keeper, Reed. Drop kick, sends it high over the black sky. Starts to bring it down. Russo shoulders it away. Clark was in the area, but the Titans win the second. Playing along that outside. Flurry of orange defense coming on there. Russo trying to win it. He has it and plays it back to Fernandez. Out of the box, Steven rifles it upfield. Borge looking to bring it down. Continued to be possessed there, though, by Garrity. Now rolls himself in toward the middle. On the outside, crosses it in. A chance for a header, but it sails over the face. A couple of Titans went up, but it was too tall for the both of them. Seeger would have had a tough time trying to handle either. And it's over the end line. Looks like both Griffin and Graham were in the vicinity there. Make that Gorgall and Graham. Seeger sends it up. Lynn falls down trying to get it as he went over the back, coming by Garrity. This ball played in. Skinker has to hurry up to cut it off and send it out of bounds. Kevin does. Titans will have a throw, edge of the attacking third on the far sideline. They move left to right, Thunder right to left for the final 11 minutes. Before the halftime intermission, we'll send it back to the studio, and Trevor Krause for our halftime update and a Thunder Sports report. As we always continue to keep an eye on the North Park and Carthage match, the Vikings of North Park are now taking a 2-1 lead. Throw-in comes into the box, headed once, high into the air. Now being brought down. Played along the far sideline.
They couldn't tell me over the phone, I guess, but all they say is like...
Played back in. Marchiori in the attacking half.
Like 30 minutes.
A long crossing ball trying to hit in through the box, but Seeger's there. Seeger coming right out. Throws it out. Here's Borge. Elliott brings himself in, turns himself in toward the middle. Nice ball up to Parr. Parr's going to try to cross it in. He does. It's loose, punched high into the air. It looked like by the defense. And comes all the way out of bounds at the midfield stripe. A lot of action happening right there. Anthony Fernandez looking to slide up for Parr. He goes to the turf. Marchiori, the guilty party. Mitchell was fighting hard for leverage there, looking to win that ball, get low to the ground, and cut him off and so to the outside. Marchiori didn't want to let him have it easily, and instead fouled him. Now the lead referee bringing him, well, about 5 yards back from where the foul occurred here. Nevertheless, Anthony's dangerous from this yardage. Blackman will go to the far side. Anthony will just go ahead and send it all the way through. A chance for a header by Gold. It sails up and over the crossbar. Looking for a deflection. Not going to happen.
And for the Titans,
Way
number
up,
20,
Andrew
John
Green.
Horstman, number 24, Patrick Dowd, and number 25, Colin Rapp.
Flurry of substitutions for Illinois Wesleyan. John Horseman, Patrick Dowd, Colin Rath, all into the ball game. Catalano and Gorgo will have rests here for the final 9 minutes. Ball sent toward the midfield stripe. John Clark going in the air. Borge brings it down with a header. But Garrity wins possession for Wesleyan. Going back and forth, Lynn cuts off his man, the freshly entered Dowd on the far side. Dowd trying to streak his way back in toward the 18. Now Garrity outside, goes back in toward the middle. Coming upfield, turn and take it away by John Clark. He brings himself over the midfield stripe. He's got some defense to worry about. Gets into the box for Stephen Golds. Golds looking to come back and recover. He shoved it off the ball. And turning around on that far side is Myers. Brings it back upfield, over the midfield stripe. Russo's got pressure over there. Now Skinker. Kevin on his right foot. Skinker bringing it in. Continuing the attack. That's a whistle. And it's going against Wesleyan. They'll bring it back. Another free kick coming for the Thunder in the attacking half. About 15 yards. The offensive side. It'll be taken by Blackman, and he takes it quickly. Gets it to Borge. Far side Skinker. Low cross on the ground. Touched away by the defense. Now lifted into the air. Back in toward the middle circle. Russo trying to come back and recover. 7.5 minutes as he drops it all the way to the top of the 18 for Seeger.
And then Larkin goes.
Brian back to boards. That 2-1 lead for the Vikings now in North Chicago came courtesy of Jonas Peterson. Another goal for one of the CCIW's most dynamic offensive players for that 2-1 advantage. And they're at about the 35th minute as well in the final 10 minutes of that first half ball game. There's 7 minutes to go here in the opening 45 minutes at Joe Bean. Thunder leaders 1-0. Scored by Musgraves has been the story. Nice nutmeg pass, and the fans like it. Borge dribbling himself into the up the 18, stops on a dime, turns around, looking across something shallow in for John Clark, touched away by the defense and cleared with the left foot of David Myers. To the far side, Skinker keeps it in play. Lynn brings it in. Lynn trying to keep it in play before letting it go over the end line. Does so. Wanted to keep it back, but flag was up for it. As he was making a play for the ball, got in between the keeper and the defense without having possession. Flag is up because of it. Over the midfield stripe, Russo comes on hard. Now John Clark pops it far. Golds turns it around, wanting to bring it down. Golds does. Leaves it in. Oh, cleared away by the defense. Golds wanted to come back. A little bit of a touch. Gets it to Blackman. Blackman slides his way through. He'll slice it up back and forth, trying to get it back to Adam. Adam reaching with his right foot. Can't get it. He does win it back, though. He drops it in. The keeper's got to come out. Dancing around and picking the ball up was Reed on a wonderful effort. Another outstanding effort by Reed. He's had a few of those already in this first half. And the one goal that he let in was a bit of an oddball. So far he's been strong. Blackman on the far side. Waits for Skinker to join him and run up, and Skinker advances one touch up to par. Back to Kevin as he's tricking his way into the 18. Shoots! Oh, it's blocked over the end line. Another solid strike by Skinker.
Into the game for the Thunder, number 17, Brandon Vanderveen. Thunder corner kick.
He saw that he had an opportunity to join the advantage. He got a score against Aurora a few weeks ago and a wonderful coast-to-coast take for the game-winning assist in the second half of a ball game against Elmhurst. Plays this one. This corner kick could be taken quickly. Now being brought in by Blackman as they try to run a two-touch play. Anthony and Blackman, and Wesleyan was prepared for it. So nothing merited after that corner kick. It's the second time that the Titans have been ready for a set-piece play of the Thunder. They've done their homework and been ready after the first matchup. First time was when Anthony tried to take a set-piece and let Blackman run with it on the near side toward the box, but they were ready for that and took it away. Same thing on this two-touch play. Here's Vanderveen now, Brandon Vanderveen, who's entered into the ball game for these final 5 minutes. He joins Mitchell Parr, and Adam Blackman across the top. Here's Borge. Middle circle for Lynn. Lynn along the far side. Blackman in the channel. Turning it back, goes back to Joey. Joey with his left foot. Back to Skinker. High pressure continues to come for the Titans as they look to get the ball back and maybe go on the offensive for the final 4 minutes. 3:50 be exact. Fernandez rolls it on up for Borge. Elliott stops on his right foot, had it taken away. It's a foul against him, though, as he looked to recover. Taking it back from Patrick Dow, the sophomore, from Glen Carbon, Illinois.
Last year in Florida, we traded all his
Almost exclusively Illinois players on this year's roster for Illinois Wesleyan. One player from Canada, or excuse me, one player from California, and one player from Missouri. Now this ball played over the midfield stripe. Bringing it forward is Moorfield. Slides it on up for Flower. Flower trying to find his teammate. Fernandez will let it drop, and Seeger called him off and picks it up himself. The player from California is Agassi Ragamayan. He's a junior, not listed on the official numerical roster. He's from La Cañada. Now here's Vanderveen toward the end line, tried to cross it in, blocked by the defense. It's going to be a throw, says the referee. 2.5 minutes. Anthony will take the throw. Thunder looking for that insurance goal here before the halftime break. Wesleyan hoping for a counter and see if they can't get on the board. That'd do wonders for their confidence here. Russo wins possession, and the Thunder have been on the possessive for almost exclusively all of this one, although Wesleyan's had a couple of good attacking moments, and they'll earn another one here. Good tackle and takeaway by Rath. Rath brings it forward. She leaves it for that far side. Going for Horseman. Horseman cuts it off, brings it back in. Tackle by Russo, and he took it away. Foul whistled after Russo did take it away. Against Flower. It's always difficult as a player if you have the ball taken away and not fight right back forward back, and out of frustration maybe do something extracurricular and get called for the foul, and that's what happened. Ball's headed away. Russo comes back, punch it back in the attacking half. The volley continues, brought to the turf. Lynn directs it over to Blackman. Caught off, turned around. Wesleyan maintains possession, defensive half. Bring it forward is Kenny. Kenny trying to send it through. Bodies fall. We play on. No advantage either side. The Titans were complaining that it was definitely them at the disadvantage.
1 minute. There is 1 minute remaining in the first half.
From Vanderveen gets by Fernandez, and Steven comes up and says, man, not that much. Slides itself all the way back to Seeger, though. Punches out of bounds. 50 seconds now as we're in the first half's final minute. Advancing it up the pitch, brought down by Lynn. Borge gets to it. Back to Anthony. Lynn continues the triangle. Vanderveen. Off of Borge to the midfield stripe. Turning around, bringing it forward is Dowd. Near side, trying to help it back. Lynn's there. Lynn dances away on a slide tackle. Brings it back. Trying to slide it forward. And Marchiori, who's been everywhere, shoves him to the turf. And it's against Lynn, and the referee
10,
mentions,
9,
hey, look, I know what you're saying.
7, 6, 5,
10 seconds here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And there goes the halftime sounder. Thunder
Into the
the
first
ball
half,
by
the halftime
10.
score,
Braves,
Wheaton 1.
23rd minute.
Illinois Wesleyan nothing.
A 1-0 advantage. The Thunder lead of 1-0. Ryan Seeger made 2 saves in that first half as well. The Thunder had 1 corner kick. Illinois Wesleyan did not have a corner kick. I mentioned the referee tonight is Keith Angel. He's assisted by Thomas Jawakowski and Sergio Alvarez, with the 4th alternate official being Kevin Walter for CCIW playoff purposes. Wesleyan was called for 1 offside. Thunder weren't called for any. As we get ready for the second half, let's remind you fans that you can always visit the Thunder Athletic Shop. There's a now link on the Wheaton Athletic page at athletics.wheaton.edu, and also in cooperation with Wheaton Thunder Bookstore, you can buy Wheaton Thunder athletic gear in time for the holidays. This is Halloween, really meaning that the holidays right around the corner. You got Thanksgiving in less than a month. Day after Thanksgiving, that Friday, always a traditional day to go out and get some Christmas gifts for the family and friends, relatives. That's what I'll be doing. Wheaton Thunder Athletic Shop is a good place to start. Again, you can find a link via the bookstore or on the Wheaton Thunder Athletic site, athletics.wheaton.edu. All right, Illinois Wesleyan will move right to left. Borge intercepts the initial pass, gets into the attacking half for the Thunder. Musgraves brings it toward the top of the 18, turns it around into the Titan defensive half. Looks to be the original starting 11, save for Steven Russo, who's into the ball game, and he has been since Dan Pavlak suffered an injury in the opening 10 minutes of the contest. Josh Clark fouled and sent to the turf. He'll come back up. He's all right. Illinois Wesleyan 11-5-0 this year. Wheaton College 14 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws. Cold, overcast, and a bit windy, and it's gotten chilly as it's gotten in. Anthony, good ball in, sent in loose. Oh, it nearly got over the end line, but it was picked up by Reed. So Reed comes up and gets it, and now sends it over. Ball knocked down by Blackman, wanting to turn it around. Plays it back to Fernandez. Fernandez, Russo, Skinker, Anthony in the back. Jaspers, Borge, and Clark in the middle. Blackman, Goltz, and Musgraves across the top. Clark does a great job to glide himself into position. Now trying to rifle a pass into Musgraves, but runs too far inside. You got the 22 jerseys marking up against each other as they have all night between Frank Marchiori and Chad Musgraves. They'll be going back and forth for the next 45 minutes as well, I'm sure. Tracking this one down the attacking half, Adam Flower. Flower dribbling toward the end line, cut off by Skinker. Now he crosses it in, a chance for a running header. Not there, is deflected away by Borge. Now held back over the end line. Goal kick coming up for the Thunder. As Danny Kenny, the senior from Wildwood, Missouri, punched it over the end line for Illinois Wesleyan. We continue to keep an eye on the other CCIW semifinal happening in Chicago right now between the third-seeded Red Men of Carthage and the Vikings of North Park. It is at halftime. They're just about set to get the second half underway. A goal by Jonas Peterson has put North Park up 2-1. After 6 minutes, it was a 1-0 lead for Carthage, but North Park's answered with a couple goals. So we'll see how the offense goes in the remaining 45 minutes over there, and who will join either the Thunder or the Titans in the CCIW tournament final. This ball advanced up. Should the Thunder win, they will play the winner of Carthage North Park right here at Joe Bean Stadium next Saturday at 7 p.m. Blackman turns it around. This coming Saturday, I should say. Turns around, he shoved off the ball, out of bounds. Last touch by Blackman. Now it's still the Titan defensive half, sent over. Laid in, Russo looking over to cut it off, and now it is off Steven. It's going to be a Thunder throw, as said it went out of bounds before Russo made contact with it. Skinker plays it up, looking for Blackman. Shoved away by Kenny, and Kenny heads it forward. Clark turns it around nicely to Blackman off the back foot. Back to Clark. Clark dribbles. He shoots. Looking for a sliding help. Nothing there. Over the end line it goes. Marchiori was the man sliding in to try to get in front of that ball, as Musgraves was also making a run at it. It was a fantastic idea and a pretty good ball by Clark. But it got through everyone and just went over the end line. In the women's side of things, Augustana and North Central are tied 1-1. North Central took a 1-0 lead in the 43rd minute, but Augustana scored 26 seconds after the goal by North Central. So that game has been deadlocked for all but about half a minute. This is a foul against the Thunder here, so a set piece coming for Wesleyan, coming up on 40 minutes remaining in regulation. In the middle circle, Kenny's got an arm up, swings with his left foot, lines it into the box, bodies fly, There's nothing going to be there called. It's going to go over the end line. Looked like Garrity was going to do everything he could. He knew he was going to be able to get to that ball. He may have tried to just sell himself and to get a chance to get a foul in the box, get a PK out of it. But referee didn't buy it. Punching to the outside, bringing it forward, looking to go back and forth, but Anthony cuts off his man. Borge helping it into the attacking half. No orange jerseys up there. So we're into the 51st minute. This ball rifled in. Blackman trying to come back and get it, as is Musgraves, but it's going to be won instead by Griffin in the middle, or Moorfield. Now back to the Thunder keeper, Seeger. Sliding its way over, deflected away by Golds, high away and out of bounds. They started the second half now in North Park, where the Vikings are 2-1 leaders at the moment. Skinner keeps this one in play, but he rifles it off of Blackman and out of bounds. Myers will throw. Play it in, ricocheted off of Jaspers, out of bounds again. Dan Pavlak started this game. Center defender. But he had to exit after coming together, being shoved away and crashing into the boards down there. Not sure if it was a hamstring. This has been his most recent injury, or what it was. There's a shot by Griffin, the deflection away, and it gets it loose into the box for a streaking Gorgel, and that may have been one of the better chances for IWU, but Gorgel had no chance getting there before Seeger was able to. Wesleyan wins this ball. Turning around is Cullen Rath. Plays into the back. Seeger will let it roll back to him, and he scoops it up. This ball played to the near side. Flower trying to keep it in. Skinker coming on, he wins it. Blackman on the near sideline. Blackman streaking his way in toward the 18. Tries to go and beat his man to the outside. He gets by one. He'll try to cross it in from there. He does on the ground. Deflected away by the defense. Skinker is there. Wanted to try to help it back. Couldn't square up the ball, and he sliced it over. Over the end line. A great job by Blackman, though, utilizing his speed. He hasn't been able to get to the outside as much in this contest as we've seen him before. Ball moved over, and a whistle blows. There'll be free kick for the Thunder here. It's out of bounds. It'll be a Titan throw on the far side. Kept in play, trying to be brought back, and it's ricocheted away into the box, and Ryan Seeger will collect. All played on this near sideline for Golds. Golds gets to it. Now Clark trying to turn array. Deflected away, played into the back by Gorgel. Sliced over. Broad to the midfield stripe. Skinker rises with one header. Lets it fall to the ground. Working back and forth against his man. Bringing it down now is Jaspers. Jaspers gives it a long slice and over the roof of the press box there. It'll be a throw-in for IWU. Coming up on 36 minutes to go. This ball shake off of the face of Blackman.
I'm going to do it again someday. I can probably try to
Slicing its way over, trying to bring it in for Griffin. Griffin making a run. Skinker cuts him off over the end line. Corner kick coming up for the Vikings.
Corner kick.
Or the Titans, I should say. And it is their first corner kick of the evening.
keeper, sir. What's our keeper, sir?
I guess it'd be fun for us to like
Looking to cross this ball in from the corner. It's low, and it's down. Rising in the header was Russo, charging all the way through. Brought it through. It's now trying to get into the 6. Skinker has to cut it away. Now the defense gets to it. Whistle blows, and it'll be offside against Wesley. They needed to call it. Now, it'll be a goal kick nonetheless. You can hear Coach Giuliano asking the referee to watch any contact being made with Seeger. If they wanted to shield him off or let a teammate run and try to make a shot for it on that corner piece. These teams very familiar with each other. Playing once as Goltz gets called for the foul here. Free kick coming in quickly. Played upfield, touched away, looking to keep it in play, unable to do so. Ball rifled up into the air, now being brought down. Played along that far side, Fernandez trying to slice it through up. No one's there.
Have you thought at all where you want to go to law school?
Being brought on the far side, looking to keep it in play. It's touched away and out of bounds. There goes
Into
the
the
siren.
Titans, number 9, Angelo Catalano.
There'll be a throw in here. Punched in. Still a lot of action in the middle third. Played in, trying to turn around, getting a ball in toward the middle. Skinker's there, deflected away off of Borge. Borge comes back to recover, dribbles himself out of danger and through the box, and will send it out of harm's way. His ball comes into goal's vicinity. Played on up, Borge coming on hard. That's a whistle. Foul against Elliott. To complete his case, it's going to be to no avail.
Sir, you look like you had any idea to call that ball until then.
The referee. He's here listening to Giuliano on one ear, listening to the head coach Ryan Lakin of the Titans on the other. Here's Danny Kenny setting something up here with left foot. And toward the post, got a lot of height and backspin. Seeger comes way out, picks it up. That's a foul. Seeger rising high, and he had to pull it down. He was run into. This might be a caution here. Yep. First of the match. And it's going to the 11 jersey, Declan Gerrity.
Wesley, number 14, Adam Flower, has been cautioned.
Oh, looks like Seeger. We'll get a foot to it. Put it over. Defensive half of Wesley. Borge trying to come on. Skinker gets in front. Skinker pressures the Goltz. Goltz thought about going inside. That move was red. No foul there as Goltz was shoved off the ball. We're going to try to let him play here in the second half. An update from Rock Island. Augustana on the women's side leads North Central 2-1. If that score holds up, then the Thunder women will travel to Rock Island, play a 7 o'clock tournament final against Augustana for the automatic bid to the national tournament. Both teams seem, though, to already, regardless of results, make the national tournament. Is colliding in with Clark on the far sideline. Clark went down holding his knee right away. He gets up, though, and it's another caution. It's going to 6, Jeff Graham. So back-to-back cautions for
Wesley's number
Wesley.
6, Jeff Graham, has been cautioned.
So it'll be a free piece here. Anthony to take it. Mitchell Parr will check in. Next opportunity. Orange jerseys in the box. Anthony ready. He's got a few people near side if he wants them. He's ready, and he'll just put it all the way in toward the post. Looking for a header. It slices itself through. Foul against Wheaton. And Ben Goltz in there as well as Russo.
Yeah, do you have any ideas?
31 minutes left now. Thunder by a goal, 1-0, but that's not enough. They all want another before this one's all said and done. Blackman drops to Borge, back to Adam. Adam scored on senior night last year against the same Illinois Wesleyan team. He dribbles all the way to the top of the 18, drops himself, looking for it, a little touch through for a teammate. He had one shot at it, and Musgraves may have had one look to make a run through without being offside. Too close a call. Reed booms this one over the midfield stripe, and it's collected, and it's sent all the way back for Reed, and he'll cut it off right before it goes over the end line. That may have been over. Giuliano pleading for something to the side referee, and he hasn't seen it. I'm not sure if he was in position, if anyone is in position, but it seemed like the keeper made contact with that ball and brought it over the end line. Nothing ruled by the referee crew. Well, that would have been a big moment of the ball game. Instead, the Thunder continue to nurse that 1-goal lead. Under a half hour now in regulation. Fernandez looking for a throw up for Blackman. Blackman gets it in that near corner. Turning it around. Brings it inside. Comes through to Clark. Clark wanted to turn and help on. He'll shoot! And he spun it just wide.
Into the game for the Titans. Number 7, Sam Peniak. And for the Thunder, number 13, Mitchell Parr.
Sam Peniak, Mitchell Parr enter for the respective clubs. Jeff Graham, Chad Musgraves exit. 29-15 remaining in regulation. Thunder by a goal, 1-0. Play starting to intensify a little bit between both sides, respectively, and the referee crew as well. Thunder looking for that insurance goal to get themselves a comfortable 2-1 lead. Trying to keep that ball in play, but unable to do so was Wesleyan's Kyle Gorgel.
In for the Thunder, number 23, Trevor Adams.
Here's Trevor Adams now entering the ball game. Adam Blackman will take a rest. So the sophomore forward, Trevor Adams, came into the program as a defender, but coaching staff loves the energy he brings on the front line. Foul here against Mitchell Parr after Marchori just went right down to the turf on his own. The two players are separated. Fans now starting to get into it. This play continues to intensify. Foul called against Mitchell, who was away from the play. Free kick, defensive half for IWU. Trailing by a goal. Some backspin on this one as it's put into the box. Russo knocks it down, and Anthony advances it forward for the Thunder. Now Mitchell Parr falls to the turf, and now the whistle comes after advantage is gained by Illinois Wesleyan. So now Marchiori drawn with Parr. Of course, they'll get that with Mitchell. Here's Jaspers. Near side, Skinker. Back and forth between himself and Adams. Skinker was cut off from the ball here. Looking to fight for it back. Kevin's got it. Trying to fight and get it back to Adams. Adams comes back to retrieve. Now Borge. Borge lines it up. Looking to see if Goltz was going to make a run. Elliott comes all the way out, trying to make a pass through, and it's deflected away and out of bounds by Peniak, who re-entered a couple minutes ago. Still 2-1 North Park over Carthage in Chicago. Fernandez, Jaspers. Back and forth with Clark. Now Borge outside the middle circle. Turns it around. Upfield to Anthony on the far sideline. Anthony works around. It's got it on his left foot. Steps over, looking to beat his man to the end line. Turn around and cross it in. Blocked. Great defense. Sent back into the Thunder defensive half. Fernandez gets in front to Borge. Elliott calms it, turns it around. Jaspers curves it into Russo. Nice play up for Borge. He'll join it. Turn around on his left foot. Near sideline Adams. Adams steps over. Looking for Parr. Mitch turns it around, trying to get a shot off. He's blocked there. Goltz trying to answer with another one. It was also blocked. Couldn't get a clean foot on it. He got a lot of defender with that swing as well. Goltz comes all the way over, looking to cut off this run toward the midfield stripe. Back to Marchiori. Turn around, looking to play it in the middle for Garrity. Garrity approaches. Garrity shoots. It's blocked by Russo. Might sting a little bit on a cold, thin night such as this. There's Clark. Clark on the midfield stripe, looking for a long through. Parr's in the area, and he'll charge all the way, give him some pressure on Andrew Reed. But Reed picks it up. Reed hasn't been challenged as much in this second half. He was all over the place in the first. He allowed the one goal, but made 4 saves as well. Marchiori on the far side brings it down. Turns around, might just play it all the way back to his keeper. That's exactly what he does. Thunder have been on the offensive for the last 10 minutes or so. Still clinging to that 1-goal lead. They won another. Of course, IWU looking to equalize. Changing of field all the way to the Thunder defensive. Russo cuts it off with a header. Just gets over Adams' head, being brought down. Near sideline, shouldered away. Tough angle to possess for Flower, and he couldn't possess it. Skinker has a throw. Kevin rifles it in. Clark possesses. Josh, that is. Trevor Adams in the area as well. Josh will just possess all the way by himself. Into the back, Fernandez. Stevens scoots his way over the left side. Sends it forward. Parr had some men on pressure. Borge, though, gets it. Plays in the middle for Jaspers. Nathan. Comes back to Russo, and it slides around the Thunder defense as they look to put something through. Russo back in the middle. Brings it over the midfield stripe. Had to deflect it away. Shoulder down to the turf. Goltz on his left foot. Looking to fire it through. And for Anthony, he's tripped up. That's a called foul on that far side. And one of the more violent fouls that we saw here in this contest so far. With Anthony and push to the turf. And once you know it, Marchiori is right in the thick of it all. Once again. So a free kick coming for the Thunder. Anthony to take it. Wesleyan's looking to mark up man-to-man here, along with that 3-man wall. It's about 15 yards from the end line, but outside of the 18 on the left side. Anthony's ready. They're looking to put something in the net for the 2-goal advantage. He's got it. Rifles it in. Got some height. Whistle blows as the header goes in, but it's against the Thunder. Goltz's header scored, but I guess he was offside. Takes away a potential second goal. Giuliano comes away shaking his head. And he believes that the referee is the guilty party of making that call. Hernandez, I'm going to slide this one up for Parr. Parr trying to push it on up for Anthony. Touched away out of bounds.
All my friends baseball
on that far sideline, it goes for Illinois Wesleyan as we approach 22 minutes left in the contest. Thunder lead 1-0. An update from Chicago. Carthage has scored They've tied the game at 2. Russo has it, but he'll have to play it back as Flower was coming on behind him. The score by Mike Heika is 2nd of the year, and it's tied up the ball game in Chicago, 2-2 between North Park and Carthage. Ball rifled up, Russo cuts it off. Borge has to turn around and win it back to himself. Back to Steven. Steven thought about going to the outside, brings it back in place of Skinker. Flower is all over the place on the near sideline. Flower comes back to win it. Clark was in with Goltz, and the two were unable to keep possession. That contest has 25 minutes left between Carthage and North Park at the Holmgren Athletic Complex. Meanwhile, Augustana continues to lead North Central 2-1 on the women's side. So after this call against Illinois Wesleyan, Noah Anthony will look to address and play a set piece. 40 yards from goal. Right hand up. They're ready. He approaches, sends it in, got some height. Looking for a bleeding, running header. Nothing there. Pushed away by the defense. Borge comes back to collect. Skinker trying to send it through for someone making a run. Headed away by the defense. Whistle comes against Wheaton. Flag was up. It's always tricky after a ball that is initially rebounded out. Skinker was in a position where he wanted to try to put it back in, but more often than not, it seems like players get caught offside. Catalano looking to bring it down. Turning around, Myers drops it back for Kenny. Kenny sliding it up, turning around for Gorgel. Playing along the far side, bringing it forward, trying to get back to Gorgel. Jasper's coming on strong as well. Blackman, now this foul called against Josh Clark. He doesn't like it. Blackman and John Clark will enter at the next opportunity. So here's now a set piece for the Titans. 19.5 minutes to go on the free kick. They'll look to line up the wall.
Watch the short stuff! Watch the short stuff!
Seeger helps him do it.
Hey, you're back there! No, you're back there!
Marchiori, the approach, now the strike by Kenny, looking for the header on the far post by Skinker. Saw it coming and deflected it away. All played back at the feet of Andrew Reed. Titans will continue to build back to front here. Rifled over the midfield stripe. Brought down, sent over. Skinker's got defense over there. Trying to work around him is Catalano. Skinker brings it on, and it's a foul against Catalano. Or excuse me, against Flower, they call it. Working against Kevin Skinker. Skinker draws the foul. Seeger approaches and sends it upfield. Adams rises in the air with the header. Falls to the turf. Clark looking to direct it in Borge's direction, but it was brought down by Garrity. Play to the far side and now into the middle. Defensive half for IWU. They still have not yet scored in the contest. Thunder lead by a goal, 1-0. 18 minutes remaining. Clark trying to send this one through. Keeper's coming out. Parr's got it. He shoots. Oh, it's posted. Shot by Goals. Score! Thunder take a 2-0 advantage, but meanwhile Mitchell Parr is in pain. In the goal box, outside the 6. Steven Goltz was able to clean up the rebound shot.
Number 19, Chase Salazar, and number 25, Colin Rath. For the Thunder, number 11, Adam Blackman, and number 14, Jonathan Clark.
What do we got, Evan? We had no assist, right? The goal by 9.
Mitch shoots it off the post, and and goals they score.
So at the 17:49 mark, the Thunder now enjoy a 2-0 advantage. But Mitchell Parr was the man to get that shot off. Is down outside the 6, and he's being worked on by the assistant coaching staff. Giuliano's out there as well as head trainer Trisha Dieter. Looks like they're going to call the players back over to the sideline. But for Mitch, he received a great through ball by Josh Clark and had one chance to get off a shot. And the charging keeper, Andrew Reed, decided to come all the way off and try to block that ball. Mitch got some good contact with it. I did not see how he may have suffered that injury, whether it was contacting another player or a way he stepped, because he struck it well. Now he'll work his way off the field with the help of the training staff. Looks like he's favoring.
Injury substitution for the Thunder in this game, number 22, Chad Musgraves.
Favoring that right leg. So Parr comes in, nearly scores, but the result of his shot, that was
the Thunder goal, his 5th of the season,
was for
scored by number 9, Stephen Goals. Goals unassisted.
Stephen Galtz is 5th of the year. Cleans up the rebounded shot. Now sent in by Mitchell Parr, and Mitch suffers an injury in the process and has to come off the field. Chad Musgraves, who started and Parr replaced in that first half, now re-enters for the second time in the second half. 17:49 left, so in what is a big momentous goal for the Thunder, it also comes at a price as they lose Mitchell Parr. Hopefully the extent of that injury is not much, but it's difficult to tell as he was helped off under his own power a little bit as well, but the training staff had to help him off the field. We'll see what his status is the rest of the way. Thunder lead by 2 though, 2-0. 17.5 to go. Here's Josh Clark sliding his way over the midfield stripe. Deflected off the ball, is able to get it back to Blackman. Blackman turns around. Thought about helping on to Clark, but instead plays back to himself. Deflected away from the ball in the middle. Touched away by the defense. Blackman gets it back. Blackman sliding his way through, trying to beat his man to the end line. Deflected there, kept in play in the box. Clark deflects to himself, tried to get a shot. Couldn't. Goals will shoot again and shoot it high. He was open, but that ball had some bounce to it. They tried to knock it down and get a shot off, but he couldn't do it. Cleanly, that is. Goes on top of public safety. John Clark comes on to win this ball, but called for the foul in the process, sending Colin Rath to the turf. Still a 2-2 ball game in Chicago between North Park and Carthage in the other semifinal. That one's approaching the 74th minute. Clark changes field, looking for Mick Blackman on a run. Blackman trying to utilize his speed to get the ball he possesses in the box. Adam turning around, now brings it back in toward the middle. Sliding with the left foot, gets to Musgrave, shoots! Scores! Another for Musgraves! And a fist pump to celebrate. 2 for the ball game. Thunder 3-0. There's Musgraves. Chad puts it in for a second goal. 15:58 now remaining, and it's all Thunder in this semifinal. Blackman on the assists. Musgraves on the finish. Thunder lead by 3.
The Thunder goal his second of the night and 6th of the season for number 22, Chad Musgraves. Musgraves the goal, the assist to number 11, Adam Blackman. Musgraves from Blackman.
Russo clears this one off the left foot. How about Chad Musgraves as a starting top left forward in this formation where Marshall Hollingsworth normally plays.
Another CCW semifinal action on the women's side. Augustana leads North Central 3-1 with 10 minutes to play.
2 goals tonight to pace the Thunder. Final 15 minutes now. Thunder lead 3-0. They broke it open. Skinker possesses in the defensive half. Blackman touches right back to him. Kevin turns it around, rolls middle for Jaspers. Nathan cuts it off. Near sideline, Blackman. Skinker trying to turn around. He's got some pressure to worry about. Turns it around, gets it to Russo. Comes on physical hard, looking to get the Blackman out of bounds. Substitutes.
And for the Titans, number 6, Jeff Graham. And for the Thunder, number 23, Trevor Adams. And the other men's CCW semifinal, North Park and Carthage are tied at 2 with 15 minutes to play.
This ball advanced up on that far side. Being brought over by Graham. Graham playing it through. Graham sliding in line. Puts it over. Out of bounds. Mentioned public address. Just give the score again. North Park and Carthage tied at 2.
Entering the game for the Thunder, number 3, Joey Lynn.
And that game does indeed have 10 minutes to go. Now 8 minutes. Regulation, that is. Thunder in prime position to be right back here on Saturday night to play the winner of this contest between North Park and Carthage. Wheaton won the regular season title in 2010, but fell in the tournament final. Trying to win the CCIW tournament this year. Here's Goltz. Bring it forward. Stevens steps over, sends it along for Musgraves. Helps it back in toward the box. And a sliding attempt made by Reed to go and corral it. It almost was a third for Musgraves. Thunder have already had 1 hat trick this year. That was in the Bell Baptist Invitational by Josh Clark against Principia. Now here's Russo bringing it down. John Clark ups it high into the air. Adams looking to bring it down. He possesses back over the midfield stripe to Josh Clark. Clark rolls over. Back to Adams. Rolls in the back for Russo. Back goes to Seeger. Seeger, a line drive over the midfield stripe. Goltz deadens it, wins it. Clark comes over to possess. Josh slides this way, leaves it for Musgraves. Musgraves will turn around. Thought about dropping it back, but Marciano knew that was coming and decided to take it away from him. Sending it forward. Skinker cuts it off, looking to win the ball. Had it taken away by Graham. Graham sliding his way into the box, trying to get off a shot, but he had no angle. Russo had cut him off and was sent over the end line. It'll be a goal kick.
And for the Titans, number 20, John Horstman.
John Horstman will come into the ball game now. He's a senior at Arlington Heights. It's been a tough end of this season for Illinois Wesleyan, threatening to finish the year on a 4-game losing streak. Seeger booms this one over, headed away, and in toward the press box.
And for the Thunder, number 5, Matt Hussey.
And here comes Matt Hussey. He'll enter. Noah Anthony will take a seat. Noah, such a valuable piece to this team all season long. Comes off the field. Leads the team in assists. Steven Goltz trying to pull it down. He does. Stops it, brings it forward. Plays to Adams, out of bounds. Turning around. Trevor plays back into the middle for Clark. Clark was thinking about coming and bringing it in toward the middle, but it was taken away by Gorgel. Advanced on up. Griffin plays into Gorgel in the middle. Stepped over the ball. Brings it back. Gets it to Graham. Graham at the top of the 18. Rifles a shot blocked by Russo. Another ball helped in back and forth at the top of the 18. Nothing there. John Clark brings it back, trying to slide and keep that ball up. Goltz gets it. Goltz trying to hit Musgraves with a through, and Chad possesses there. Chad brings it forward, steps over into the top of the 18, rolls back to Goltz, who's got it in the top of the 18. Now sliding his way through, it's loose. Adams in the vicinity and cleared by the defense. Bounces once, twice, and out of bounds. Elliot Borge now will re-enter.
In for the Thunder, number 27, Elliot Borge.
10.5 minutes to go here in regulation with a Thunder lead 3-0. Meanwhile, 9 minutes to go in Chicago. 2-2, North Park and Carthage tied in the other semifinal. Joey Lynn has got it. Looking to go to John Clark. Taken away by Myers. Myers slides it forward. Borge intercepts. Borge drops back to Skinker. Skinker looking to send it forward. Taken away by Rath. Rath in the middle. Pushes it forward out of bounds. Adams rifles it on for Goltz. Goltz wanted to turn around and win possession. Steven nearly had it, tries to get it back, angles himself to win possession. He's outside the 18, now plays it back, looking in for Adams, but Gorgel took it away. Turned around by Rath here on the near sideline, and whistle blows. Throw in for the Thunder. Here's Adams as he dribbles in toward the end line, wants to cross it in. He does. A lot of height on it. Goltz is in the area. Gets to the Musgrave. Shoots! Scores! A hat trick for Musgraves. 3 goals in the night. Chad Musgraves gets his 3rd of the ball game, 2nd of the second half, and 2nd in the last 10 minutes. This one double assist
The
by
Thunder goal
Adams
his
and
3rd of the night,
Goltz.
7th of the season for number 22, Chad Musgraves. Musgraves with the hat trick, the assist to number 9, Stephen Goals. Musgraves from Goals.
And I say assist, and here's Musgraves loose, tries to get another one off, tripped up. Oh, and there's no foul. Oh, he was looking to make his way through and look for a 4th. Why stop now? So you can see the public address give the assist to Goltz, as well as Adams was in on that play with a wonderful cross, and Goltz directed a fantastic header. Musgraves was able to corral it and shoot it in for his 3rd goal of the night and 7th of the year. Chad Musgraves, what a ball game he's had. And they bring it forward and rifle it over. Set up high in the air. Falls once to the turf. Lynn in the area trying to pull it back. Thunder now lead 4-0 with 8:13 left. Turn around in the box. Lynn is in the area, and he'll let it go over the end line. Goal kick for Seeger coming up. What a second half this has been.
In for the Thunder, number 8, Jason Bada, replacing number 22, Chad Musgraves.
So Bada will come in, and Musgraves, with a smile on his face, will exit. What a night he's had. Sure, not the first thing he thought about this morning was getting a hat trick in the semifinal. Maybe it was, for all we know, but he's performed the highest levels that we've seen him here in his 3 years at Wheaton. Here's Borge, bringing it forward. Turning it around on that far sideline. John Clark trying to keep it in play. Good effort from the freshman. Still played in the Titan defensive half. Sliding it up. Hussey now, who re-entered for Noah Anthony earlier. Skinker brings it across midfield. Finds Adams. Adams hits Bada, who's into the ballgame now. Bada back to Adams. Oh, flag is up against Trevor.
Offside.
Contest in Chicago. Now approaching 6 minutes left. Still tied at 2. Carthage had the original 1-0 lead, but 2 first-half scores by North Park made it 2-1 at halftime in favor of the home team. The Red Men answered with another goal in the second half. North Park has not yet scored in the second 45. 6 minutes to go, and it's tied at 2. Here's Adams. Sliding over, drops it for Lynn. Joey trying to keep it in play, can't do it. Called more substitutions at the next available opportunity for the Thunder, including Jordy Lassard and Connor Rice. Griffin in the middle, wanted to play far side, but it was right at John Clark. John Clark, who scored the winning goal against Carthage earlier this year up in Kenosha on the corner kick, brings this on all the way in. He's outside the 18. Scissors his way to split a double team, but can't keep possession. Rifled back into the back where Fernandez is. Borge, back heel, flicks it twice to himself. Turned around by Graham, coming the other way. Graham dribbling on his right foot, trying to advance it up, messing with the sideline, and out of bounds.
In the game for the Thunder, number 28, Jordan Lassard, and number 7, Connor Rice.
So Kevin Skinker will come off, and Connor Rice comes on. Stephen Goltz exits. He's had quite a ball game with another assist and another goal. Big game for the freshman Stephen. And they've needed him to play big without the services of Marshall Hollingsworth. And between him and Musgraves, there's been plenty of offense for the Thunder in this one, especially in the last 15 minutes. Thunder have been all over the place and have scored 3 goals in the last 15 to extend that small 1-0 lead. It seems an eternity ago now, where the Thunder led by that one margin. This ball is dribbled into the box, and Hussey cuts it off, and it's over the end line for a corner kick.
Titan corner kick.
4:45 remaining. Wheaton leads at 4-0 over Illinois Wesleyan. And are under 5 minutes away from ensuring themselves a spot in the CCIW tournament final. Saturday, 7 o'clock, right here at Joe Bean Stadium. This ball rifled in, a chance to make a header, and a pretty good chance at that. It was an easy look. Missed, though. Ryan Seeger avoids it there.
An update from Rock Island in the CCIW Women's Semifinal. Augustana has defeated North Central by a score of 3-1.
Now, on that women's semifinal, Augustana defeated North Central 3-1 in Rock Island, despite the initial 1-0 lead for North Central in that ball game. Lassard offsides here, looking to possess. So that means that the Thunder women will go to Rock Island on Saturday night for a 7 o'clock kickoff, and will be the CCIW tournament final, a rematch of the contest played earlier this year when Augustana, a team undefeated on the road this year, was able to win 1-0 over Wheaton last week right here at Joe Bean Stadium. Ball in, Hussey with his left foot, trying to find Adams for the long ball. Touched away to that far sideline, out of bounds. Augie will keep it. So the top-seeded Augustana Vikings on the women's side will continue to host the tournament final. And news from Chicago. Mike Herbst of North Park has scored in the 86th minute. And that has put North Park ahead 3-2 in that semifinal. We're just moments away from another Wheaton North Park showdown on Saturday night here at Joe Bean. Here's Rice, plays it into Bada. Bada slices away, shoots, scores! Jason Bada, nail in the coffin. Another goal for Bada. His left-footed strike paints the upper 90. There was never a doubt. And he turns around. Both arms in the air. 5-0 Thunder.
The Thunder goal, his third of the year, is scored by number 8, Jason Bada. Bada, unassisted.
So Bada gets the goal, unassisted. Very similar goal to what he scored earlier against Kalamazoo. And the CCIW, or excuse me, the Bob Baptista Invitational earlier this year. Rice dribbled himself all the way down into the corner.
Thunder corner kick.
And Connor earns a corner kick out of it. another corner kick coming for Wheaton here. They just bring it in. Touch play between Lassard and Bada. Bada just winning possession down there. Slices away. Gets a deflection out of bounds. We'll have a throw in. A minute and a half left. Fired in. Bonnie falls down his board. Yeah, we'll be careful. Rice strolls into the back for Russo. Russo on up for Lynn. Taken away, and we're going the other way. Looking for it through for Rice. He's got it. Oh, and Seeger slid and made the play. Seeger cut down that angle as much as he could before Horseman was able to get that shot off. Horseman comes in. Nearly got a clean.
Less than 1 minute remaining in regulation.
Ryan Seeger able to make that save and keep possession to himself. Thunder will have a throw here. Coming in with 45 seconds left.
Hey, we might not need to the ball.
Final 40 seconds here. Ball rifled in along this far side. Out of bounds. It will be Wesley in possession, and now we'll have the final substitute of the match.
Into the game for the Titans. In goal number 1, Tim Hedgewood.
Tim Hedgewood, the starter for the majority of the season, will come in for Andrew Reed. There's a valiant effort by Reed tonight, but he just was unable to stay strong in the final 20 minutes,
10,
allowing 4 goals
8,
in the final
7,
minutes of play.
6, 5,
3 total for Chad Musgraves.
3, 2, 1.
And there's the final horn. Laughs and smiles all the way around. The Thunder broke it open.
That's the game. The final score: Wheaton 5, Wesleyan 0.
They will
Wheaton
host the
advances to the CCW Championship match on Saturday evening. That'll be a 7 p.m. kickoff here at Joe Bean Stadium. They will face the winner of North Park and Carthage, the other CCW semifinal. North Park leads Carthage 3-2 in the final minutes.
So North Park with that 3-2 advantage in the final 3 minutes there is a few minutes away from advancing to the CCIW tournament final. See Mitchell Parr also on the near sideline. He's still walking gingerly over here. Again, under his own power though. Probably taped up pretty good along that side, so we'll see what the word is on Mitch. The Thunder lead 1-0 at halftime, and then they needed all the way until about 20 minutes left before the floodgates just came open. Musgraves scored again. He scored twice. Goltz scored in that frame as well. Jason Bada added one for good measure in the final 3 minutes of play, and the Thunder ran away with it. A final of 5-0, and if things stay holding up the way that they're looking out in Chicago, North Park will be their opponent right here at Joe Bean Stadium on Saturday night. Still a couple minutes left to go in that one, where the Vikings lead the Red Men by a score of 3-2. And a couple minutes left again. North Park and Wheaton played the first CCIW game for each side earlier this year in late September. The Thunder led for the majority of that contest. They led 2-0 at one point. They led 3-1. North Park came back and tied it 3-3. Oh. And so we'll see if the Vikings can hold on for the victory and see if the CCIW tournament final will pit Wheaton and North Park together yet again. Now we're joined, as we always are, by head coach Mike Giuliano following the post-game victory. Coach, again, perfect slate continued at home. It took a little bit longer this time for the floodgates to come open on the offensive side, but when they did, momentum was clearly in your favor.
Well, it took longer because down just a bit. It took longer because Illinois Wesleyan's a good team. You know, they were 15-1 at one point in the season, and I thought they came out with a lot of fire, a lot of energy, and made it a tough first half. You know, I mean, the thing we're most pleased about is last time we played this team, while there were a number of guys that did a lot of good things, it really, in a lot of ways, was the Marshall Hollingsworth show. And so, could we have an offensive output without Marshall, and I think the boys answered that question well.
And one of the responsibilities to make up for Marshall, we knew that Stephen Goltz was going to have to play big up top, and as well as Chad Musgraves. What a job by those two offensively.
My goodness!
Especially Chad.
You know, Stephen's been working all season on trying to get a better touch, out of it, and he's very committed to it. You saw a different guy. If you looked at the early season Stephen and the late season Goltz, it's not even comparable. It's not even comparable.
And the depth really is shown through. Mitchell Parr showed really good efforts.
Yeah, Mitch played great. I hope he's able to go. We'll see. But we've weathered a number of storms, and we'll just keep weathering what we have to weather.
And the defense as well. Ryan Seeger, 5th shutout to lead the CCIW in that category. He's really come along this season.
Yeah, he's done a great job. It's just a tremendous job. I was glad he was able to keep the clean sheet at the end there with that good looking goal they got. And and Pavlak is our sort of our spiritual and physical leader back there, and he's probably out again for a while. And Stephen Russo's just stepping in, and we're getting the job done.
Of course, in the final now, the Warriors just come along. North Park just defeated Carthage 3-2 with a second-half goal there at the end to win it. You get them back here at your place. 2010, the same situation unfolded, and they were able to win that one. Of course, you lost the CCIW tournament semifinal last season in Chicago. What does it mean to you and your team to get another shot with the Vikings in the final now?
It's the way it should be. It's the way it should be. The two teams that didn't lose a game in conference play during the regular season, and they meet for the championship. But that's the way it should be. I think both teams have a good resume to get in the tournament either way, but we don't want to get in the back door. We'd like to get in by winning and letting them sweat out Monday at 12 o'clock. We don't want to sweat it out, and so. I've seen them play recently. They are better than when we played them, and they were pretty good back then. And so it's going to be a, proverbial war. It'll be interesting.
The way it should be, indeed, Coach. Appreciate your time. Congrats on the victory. One win away from a CCIW tournament championship in a season in which they've also won the regular season title as well, and looking to win the automatic qualifier into the national tournament coming up next weekend. Their opponent will be the North Park University Vikings, a team that they tied with earlier this season 3-3. We heard Coach Giuliano just say it's a better team than what they faced in Chicago in September, and they were darn good when they played them in Chicago earlier this season. The rivalry between Wheaton and North Park will be renewed yet again, tournament style, right here, 7 o'clock. And you can hear it all on WETN.